Hello truckers and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We are continuing our career mode in the International Lonestar, painted in International Orange. Today we have a load of tires going from Las Cruces, New Mexico to Nogales, Arizona. Nothing much more to talk about other than we just need to get on the road. So let's go ahead, get out of this parking lot here and find the highway. So, I'm not sure what we're going to discuss today. I generally try to find something to talk about. But you know, I don't know. I generally have a lot more to talk. I keep saying this in all of my videos. I generally have a lot more to talk about in my Star Citizen stuff. Or Star Citizen. I've been talking about Star Citizen so much lately that it's on the brain. I generally have so much to talk about that's you know, vaguely related to my Elite Dangerous content that I have plenty to talk about there. But you know, there's not too much to talk about when it comes to the truck simulator stuff. You know, I'll briefly, I talked about this already in my Elite Dangerous video that I published today, but I posted a video about Star Citizen and it got a lot of negative attention, and negative in a way where it became overly obnoxious and I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I deleted the video, and you know, you got to pick your battles, and that was not a battle worth fighting. I don't care enough about the game to fight it. So, you know, but I don't want to spend another 20 minutes of video talking about that particular subject, because I imagine some of you probably do watch multiple videos, and I'm not going to waste your time talking about the subject again when I already covered it over there. So, I guess mostly we just need to kind of talk about, what do you guys want to see for this channel in the future? Or I mean, I guess, yeah, the channel as a whole, but this series, the trucking series, are you guys enjoying it? Do you actually sit down and watch it? I don't get too many comments on the videos, so it's clearly not resonating in a way that is inspiring. Whoa, see, this right here is why I have traffic offenses turned off, because look at that. And I would have ended up getting charged for that if I had hit him. So, yeah, not worth it. What would you guys like to see? Dude, why are you stopping? Wasn't even out in the road yet. What would you guys like to see for the trucking series? You know, I like to have feedback, partly because, you know, I want to make sure I'm creating content that you guys like, but also because engagement helps out with the channel. And if you guys are, you know, feeling the need to leave comments, even feedback comments, you know, I would prefer if you kept it polite, but feedback comments on, hey, maybe this or maybe that, so certainly helps out with channel engagement with the whole YouTube algorithm. You know, positive and negative engagement is still engagement. So I'm not so arrogant as to think that I'm perfect and that, you know, you guys shouldn't leave me negative feedback. You know, sometimes videos are good, sometimes videos suck. But I would prefer them not to be so bland as to not warrant any kind of interaction at all. So, you know, what do you guys want to see out of this particular series? My Star Citizen, I keep saying Star Citizen. I don't play Star Citizen. I have no interest in that game for various different reasons. My Elite Dangerous, my Elite Dangerous content is doing extremely well compared to any of the other content that I've created thus far on this channel. So I'm just going to continue doing that for now until it becomes apparent that you know, I'm not growing at the same rate that I was before. But you know, I'd like to have several different games that I'm doing where I'm pulling in multiple different audiences, because you know, it's the whole "don't put your eggs in one basket" kind of thing. Everybody, there's lots of channels that get fixated on a single game, and you know, I would have to imagine that probably helps them grow to a certain degree, because the algorithm's not having to parse between all the different games that they're playing. Me personally, I would rather my channel be more about gaming in general, and I just have, you know, I have games that I play, and sometimes games come, sometimes games go, and if a game is popular enough, games will stick around on the channel as long as they continue to be popular, you know, compared to whatever my previous history is. So if we get to the point, like even my Elite Dangerous stuff, if I get to the point where viewership is dropping off because nobody's interested in it anymore, well, time to find another game. Because I'm trying to build it around people being interested in the channel and not so much just whatever game it is I happen to be playing. Now, unfortunately, that's kind of hard to do, and it takes a while to build a following that's specifically about you, because, you know, you have to you draw people in with what's popular, and then hopefully they latch onto you as a content creator because they like how you present it, or they like what you have to say, or whatever it is that draws them in to continue watching you. I have no illusions that I am a particularly likable person, especially in my real life. I tend to be very antisocial, but I have the ability to hop onto here, and especially because I'm not having to talk to people in real time, I'm able to just kind of chill and talk and do whatever it is that I need to do. I will be doing live streams at some point once I have enough channel members to justify the exclusive benefit that they're going to get out of that. One of the benefits that channel members are going to get, and I think it's the gold level and higher, they get exclusive access to live chats. So it'll make it to where only the members can chat. Because I want to give people a benefit for supporting the channel. They should get something for what they're contributing outside of just, we support you as a creator. So we haven't gotten to the point where I'm going to be regularly doing live streams yet. I'm trying to get enough members to justify that, but they will have access to that in addition to other perks. I mean, the members only live chat I don't think is the only thing they get for being up that high. They get a couple of other things. But I bring all of that up simply because I know I'm going to struggle with the live chat part because I have to actually be sociable in real time, and that's not something I'm very strong at. I'm the very definition of what they call introversion, and anytime I'm in a situation where I'm required to be social, it's pretty exhausting for me. The pressure isn't the same when you're sitting down and recording a video. Okay, my cruise control turned off. I didn't press anything. Weird. Maybe I hit the brakes or something. I didn't realize I did. What was I saying? I know I was talking about introversion. And anytime I'm in a social situation, it's exhausting for me, and it's different when I'm doing a recording like this because, if at any point I can just turn off the recording and nobody's going to know. I don't have to just walk away and be rude. And I also, the other thing is just, I also know that there's a limited amount of time that I'm going to have to spend, being the social version of me. Like, I don't want you to get it twisted. The me that you're getting right now, the talkative, talking about stuff me is me. I'm perfectly capable of participating in conversations like this with people in a genuine way. It's just tiring. It's very tiring for me. So I generally try to limit my exposure to that kind of stuff exactly because it's exhausting to deal with people. And even whether it's positive or negative, even people who are like happy and excited and stuff like that, it's like, I'm ready to go hang out by myself now. Thanks. So, the live stream thing for me, I'll be able to deal with it because it'll be a scheduled live stream, but I'm going to have to be in performance mode a lot longer for that than I'm used to. I try to do these nice little 20 to 30 minute videos, and then I get a nice little 5-minute break where I can kind of reset my brain and put myself back in a mindset where I can get back into performance mode. An hour or 2 hour live stream. I don't know how some of these people do it all day. Like the people who actually stream and that's the thing that they do and they do it all day. I don't know how you guys do that. You got to be a serious extrovert or something for that. Just the vocal component of that is just mind-boggling to me. After three or four videos, my voice is just completely done. Like, I can still talk, but I'm just my throat doesn't feel like a sore throat. It feels kind of just worn out after even just a few videos that I do. I've actually readjusted the order in which I record videos to accommodate the fact that, a couple of them just have a lot of talking. So I've now started out doing my Microsoft Flight Simulator videos because I decided to go ahead and start putting cuts into that because it's just the travel in that is so slow that it's just not it's not visually interesting to watch. So I figure, I'll try to put as minimal cuts into it so that you still feel like you're going along for the ride, but you're not having to sit through all the boring part, and I'm not having to be as entertaining by putting cuts in there so I get a little break. And then I do my Star Citizen, and then I do this one, which are kind of 2 back-to-back episodes of me talking, and then I finish, and now I'm finishing out with my hunting game, which has extensive cuts in it, where there's long periods that I don't have to talk. So I guess it's kind of like warming up and then, you know, talking for a while and then cooling down after exercising, kind of trying to treat it that way. And so far it seems to be working out a lot better, because, I don't know, by the time I got to this video... By the time I got to, or not this, by the time I got to the flight simulator video before, and that was another video that I was trying to just talk a lot through, I didn't have, we can bypass the way station, very nice. I just didn't have the, I just didn't have the energy and the voice left to sit there and just talk the whole time anymore. So kind of a double whammy of trying to fix the problem, remove a lot of the talking out of my flight sim stuff, and then, oh, we need to get over. Remove a lot of the talking out of my flight sim stuff, and then, you know, change the order so that I can try to adjust the high talking length or high talking volume videos to something that makes a little bit more sense for me. So yeah. I'm trying to figure out, as my channel continues to grow, what makes sense as far as being efficient with my time and putting out trying to put out content that, you know, people want to watch. Is a little difficult sometimes, because the different audiences that I have different expectations, and, you know, people who are into the trucking stuff are going to want different things from me than people who are watching my Elite Dangerous content versus people who are watching my hunting content. So I realize that there has to be somewhat of a shift in between the different games, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what those shifts need to be without compromising, without presenting you guys with an image that isn't me. So, you know, being genuine is very important to me, because for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, I feel like people respond to people who are genuine a lot better than these. Like, you watch all of these really big YouTubers and they have a big crazy following, and, you know, I can watch those guys for a little bit, but it's clear to me that the image that they're putting out there is not them. It's a creation that they've made that was designed to hold people's attention as long as possible. And I can't do that. I don't want to be like that, because now I have to pretend. If I ever get to the point, I mean, obviously nobody's ever going to recognize me, but if I were ever to get to the point where I became very popular enough that I see people in public, now I have to what? I have to pretend to be. I need you to, like, get out of my way. Now I have to pretend to be this person, and, you know, I don't want to. I don't want to have to pretend to be anybody. One of the reasons I stopped putting my face on the camera, or my face on the videos, is that, you know, not that I want to be arrogant enough to think that I need to get rid of the cameras there, or the mirrors there. Forgot I left those on. Not that I want to be arrogant enough to think that I'll ever be big enough to be recognized, but, you know, maintaining some kind of anonymity is important, because, you know, I want to be able to travel the world freely if I ever get to that point. So, you know, I have no interest in being, like, super famous, because that ruins your life. That, the idea of having that many people trying to, like, clamor to get your attention, or to, you know, say that they saw you or whatever, like, no. I mean, I clearly don't have the kind of talent it would take to get to that level, but, you know, I'm just saying I wouldn't want it even if I did, because that's way too much attention. Way too much attention. I want to get just successful enough, just likable enough, just you know, whatever word you want to use for, you know, when you become successful on YouTube, or whatever thing it is that you're doing. Like, if I were able to get into, like, maybe TV acting or something like that, I would want to stay on, like, the B list, because those guys can move around and do things on their personal time, and nobody knows who they are. They're successful enough to have a decent career, but not to the point where they're being bothered by people in their personal time. And that's where I would want to be. I wouldn't want to be any higher than that. Like, no amount of money is worth being imprisoned by your life because you're so famous that people just won't leave you alone. Not worth it. Not worth it. And that's my opinion. There's lots of people who truly want that because they want to leave that kind of a mark on the world. And that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Just me personally, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I don't even... If I'm perfectly honest with you, I'm not even that interested in being super popular on YouTube. It's one of those things where YouTube was an opportunity that I decided to just take because I had no other options. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, why does this continue to turn... Wow, why does this continue to turn my cruise control off? I was just trying to pull it down, but sometimes when I'm trying to adjust the speed, it just turns my cruise control off completely. It's very weird. Oh, we gotta get over. So, yeah. It's one of those things where you have to know yourself enough to know that there are certain pathways you don't want to choose. And, you know, it took me a long time to get serious about my channel because I had a job and I had income. And while it's... Oh, here we go again. Oh, wow, okay. Want to get through this? Oh, well. Yeah, I know. Not realistic, but I don't have the patience to go around. Okay. And, you know, that's part of me being me. I could pretend like I'm okay with going around, but I'm not. I'm an impatient person, and I want to get the trip done, you know? And it's a video game. It's not real life. There are no real consequences to it, so, you know, I'm going to make decisions I otherwise wouldn't make because it's a game. I'm going to be me, guys. That's all, you know? Some people are going to like it. Some people are going to hate it. Some people are going to be indifferent to it. You know, I'm not into this. Like, these super popular people who put on a face are interesting to watch for a while, but I never watch them. I never watch them for very long because, you know, it's a show. It's a show, and you get bored with it, and you get tired of watching it, and you're like, let's go find something else. The people who make me feel like I resonate with them are the ones that end up getting a lot of view time out of me because, you know, I feel like it's actually them. I think one of the reasons why Captain Sparkles ended up being as popular as he is, it has ended up as popular as he is for as long as he is because whether he is or not, you feel like you're getting the genuine version of him. You know what I mean? He portrays himself in a way that feels like, yeah, I think that's how he is in real life, you know? Whereas some of these other people who go and put on this show of being overly excited or you know, just trying to really be over the top, they have a lot of people who watch them all the time. But at least for me, I have a hard time watching them for any length of time because the over the topness of it just turns me off. It makes me very disinterested in whatever it is they're doing. Like, the only example I can think of off the top of my head is Markiplier. Like, he's extremely successful. He's one of the biggest YouTubers out there. You know, who am I to say that what he's doing is wrong? And clearly it's not. He's making lots and lots of money, has lots and lots of subscribers. He's up there at the top of the food chain. But me personally, I can't watch him for very long, and I don't really follow anything that he does because he comes off, he's just over the top. He's way over the top for me. And maybe that's genuinely who he is. Maybe he walks around in his life reacting to things that way, but it feels like he's just putting on a show. And maybe I'm just at the point in my life where I'm looking for, you know, genuineness. I want people to be making videos, being who they are, Yeah, you got to turn yourself up to, 10. You have to turn yourself up. You can't just sit on there and be boring as hell. You got to have something to say. You got to say it in a way that's interesting to listen to. But, there's a difference between magnifying who you are and just trying to make it a little bit more interesting, and then just putting on a show. And, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is the way he is. Maybe you guys have seen him in person, and he's maybe those of you who know him personally outside of, public spaces, maybe he is that way. I have no idea. I'm just saying that, to me, in my opinion, it feels very much like a show, and I'm just not interested in that. But clearly, a lot of people are. I can't say too much. I can't criticize him for what he's doing, because it's clearly successful. I'm just stating that it's not what I'm into. And, I'm trying to make content that I would be into. Playing a game and listening to somebody and watching somebody that, either plays it in the way that I like that I like games to be played, or says things that I like to hear. Like, not necessarily to agree with them, but just, talks in a way that keeps me engaged. And that's one of the things I liked about Captain Sparkles is, he was genuinely funny about the things that he said, and I resonated with his sense of humor, and he's much younger than I am. So that's a kind of a testament to, the kind of person that he chose to be on the internet. So here we are, ready to deliver our load. I guess I did end up finding something to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of that. Be sure to click that like button so the YouTube algorithm knows that you did, and shares the video with as many people as possible. The more people we can get along for these rides, the more we can talk about it and enjoy it and, have fun with each other. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed and you will be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button. Check out the list of perks that will become available to you should you choose to support the channel, and decide if any of those are right for you. Again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the ride, and I'll see you for the next one.